started my sustainability journey 6 months ago, I thought it was all about big changes. Turns out, the smallest additions to your wardrobe can make the biggest impact. Hi, beautiful souls. I am Haley and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with something little different. As many of you know, my channel has been evolving lately towards more intentional content. I've been on this mindful living and sustainable fashion journey from last few months now, and I'll be honest with you, when I first heard about sustainable fashion, the first thought came in my mind was about those expensive organic cotton designer kurtas and those designer handbags that cost more than my monthly grocery bill. But here's what I've learned, that sustainability doesn't have to break your bank, especially when it comes to accessories. Today I'm going to share some of my favorite accessories that actually work for petite flames like mine. These are the pieces that I have discovered from my own trial and error. Some of them are in local market finds and few of them are online, and these have completely changed the way I style my outfits. Before we dive into the accessories, let me share where I am coming from. I am not some sustainability expert who has been doing this for years. I am literally at the beginning of this journey, just like many of you might be. It all started when I opened my wardrobe 3 months ago and realized I was wearing maybe 30% of what I owned. I had kurtas and tops that hangs just like that, jeans that didn't fit right, and accessories I bought impulsively and never worn. So I started small. I began donating clothes I hadn't worn in a year, and I made a promise to myself, before buying anything new, I had to wait 48 hours and really think about whether I really needed it. The practice of journaling has been a game changer. Every morning, I spend 10 to 15 minutes writing about my intentions for the day, what I'm grateful for, and other things related to my work, health, and relationships. It sounds simple, but it's made me so much more conscious about my choices. Here's something nobody talks about, that when you're petite, accessories can break or make your outfits. The wrong bag can overwhelm your frame, the wrong jewelry can get lost, but when you find the right pieces, it's magic. Let me show you my favorite sustainable accessory finds and where I got them from and why they work perfectly for my petite frame. This layered necklace is probably my most favorite piece. What I love about Studio Anviksha is that they use responsibly sourced materials and strive to minimize environmental impact through eco-friendly practices. But beyond the sustainability aspect, the proportions are perfect. The chains sit at just the right length, not too long that they disappear under a kurta, not too short that they feel choking. Also, it is adjustable, so you can adjust it according to the neck design of the outfit. This bangle bracelet is another favorite. It's substantial enough to make a statement, but not so chunky that they overpower small wrists. I wear it individually or stacked. It works both ways. The earrings, this is where I learned something important. As petite women, we can absolutely wear larger earrings, but they need to have the right weight and structure. These have presence without being heavy. I discovered these beauties during one of my late night sustainable fashion research sessions. What drew me to this brand wasn't just their commitment to fair trade, but how their pieces photograph. For those of us who love taking pictures, and let's be honest, we all do, these pieces catch light beautifully. Now let's talk about the pieces that carry us through our daily lives, literally. I found this during our trip to Udaipur, Rajasthan. What I love about shopping in local market is not just about supporting local artisans, though that's huge. It's that you can see the craftsmanship up closely. This bag is a perfect size core petite frame. It doesn't overwhelm my silhouette and it perfectly fits everything that I need for a day out. The key with bag when you're petite is that finding that sweet spot. Too small and it feels toy-like, and too big feels like the bag is carrying you instead of the other way around. This was my first purchase from this brand and I'm so glad I started with something simple. One less focuses on timeless pieces that don't follow fast fashion trends. This cap has been with me for 6 months now and it still feels fresh. I was in Jodhpur for a vacation and I went to Isha Silk specially to buy juttis, and these were love at first sight. What makes them special isn't just that they are handcrafted, it's that the artisan took time to explain the process, the materials they use, and how to care for them. That connection, that story behind what you're buying, that's what sustainable fashion is really about. Here are my top 3 styling discoveries for petite women. Layered necklaces create length. I learned this accidentally when I was working with Studio Anviksha as a creator and was making videos for the brand for their social media. If I'm wearing statement earrings, I keep the necklace minimal. If I'm doing a layered necklace situation, I go minimal with earrings. This isn't a rule, it's just what works for my proportions. That Udaipur bag might look big in photos, but in proportion to my height and build, it's actually perfectly scaled. The most important thing that I've learned is there are no hard rules. What matters is that how something makes you feel when you wear it. I want to be honest with you, I am still figuring this out. Some days I nail it with sustainable choices, and some days I slip up and buy impulsively. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress and being more intentional with our choices. With accessories has been perfect for me because they are smaller investments. They have huge impact and they last longer than trendy clothes. Plus, many of these pieces support local artisans and small businesses, which feels good for my heart and my values. I would love to hear from you. What one small sustainable change that you have made recently? Maybe you started shopping your own closet more, or you have discovered a local artisan, or you have begun that 48-hour waiting period before buying something new. Share it in the comments below. And if you have just started your journey like me, then please remember that every small step counts. We don't have to change everything overnight. If this video has helped you discover some new sustainable accessory ideas, please consider give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more mindful living and sustainable fashion content. Until next time, stay mindful and keep it beautiful. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!